This is the Argentine mural, which was one of really the first effort that we did. It was a group of us that painted together. We came to the Argentine community to basically tell a story of the history of this community, which is a really interesting story. Kind of a paraphrasing, if you will, of Norman Rockwell's The Spirit of Kansas City after the 1951 flood. You know, it's like you have this picture of this tall man where, you know, holding in his hands the city plans. They're going to rebuild the city. Well, Argentine was one of those communities that was really hit hard by the floods. It was hit hard by floods in 1905, 1903, I think, in that area, and then in 1951, which was the devastating flood that basically changed the whole fortune of the community. So that kind of was the theme. When we started painting it, we just started adding elements to it as we went along to tell the story, unfolding the narrative. But it has that spirit, it's kind of like that spirit of Argentine, and that's what that central figure is. This was a community that had this huge wall. It's 660 feet long, and the average height is about 23 feet. And it used to get tagged. It was overgrown with weeds and stuff, broken bottles up and down, trash everywhere. So the people on this side of the street just kind of, after a while, just kind of turned their back on that wall, and they let the whole thing overgrow. So they wouldn't even have to look at it. So you couldn't, if you drove by it, you couldn't even look into people's yards. And I remember one day when we started painting this mural, all of a sudden, I think it was like on a weekend, like maybe a Saturday or Sunday morning, we heard this motor crank up, and bzzz, and we're looking, just kind of not even thinking about it, but then all of a sudden, just saw this blade pop through the undergrowth or overgrowth that was here. And this guy actually was just decided, you know what, I'm going to take down all these weeds and stuff that I've let grow over and cover my view because I want to see what these guys are doing. And before you know it, by the time that we ended up painting the mural, the whole street up and down, they'd actually like come out and just started tearing down all the vines and trees and trimming them so you could actually see. And now if you stand where we're standing right now, you see this really nice manicured lawn. It almost feels so plush you want to lay in it. But it wasn't like that when we started here. And I think that kind of was really what the power of this mural was.